welcome to another episode of DFN. So in the previous episode, we discussed pressures in relationships, and as promised, today we're going to discuss pressures in marriages. And so let's do this. Now, so you got married, and there is this first pressure of having to impress everyone apart from the partners in the marriage. And so you try to impress your friends, your family, people who don't even matter. Trying to make them feel like, oh, things are good. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so when you marry, initially people would want to see, hey, how are these people doing? Sometimes, especially when you have a big wedding. So people also tend to want to impress others by sewing, dressing up, renting big apartments, buying expensive cars. Meanwhile, you may be suffering inside, your finances cannot hold, and that is what people go through a lot here. So they try to impress everyone outside the marriage except the two of them.
Yeah, right. So people who don't matter anyway.
Yeah.
So you know the goal is not to appear happy, or the goal is not to appear as if everything is working. The goal is to make things work, and the goal is to be happy. And so the primary focus should be what makes you two happy, and not allow the pressure of having to impress everyone have a toll on your marriage. For example, if what you can afford is a single room somewhere, what matters is that you are happy, basically, and not what will my friends say, what will my family say, what would everyone say, apart from what would my spouse say, or what do we think about it. Then secondly, there is also this pressure from in-laws. Sometimes it's even not deliberate. So you've stayed with them for 20-something years, and all of a sudden you are now Mr. or Mrs. X, and there is this pressure that comes with your in-laws trying to make you a version 2.0 of their marriage, and so
but sometimes they want you to improve on their marriage.
Exactly. Whatever they couldn't achieve in their marriage, they try to push you to achieve it, which is not wrong in a way, but the goal is that you should be able to live out your marriage as well. Without being pressured to go a certain way. For example, your in-laws went. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so many a times our parents cannot come to terms that we are adults now.
Yeah.
They know us as their children.
Right.
And it is our duty to let them know that we are capable of taking care of our marriages.
Right.
So we don't run to them whenever there's a problem. We don't run to them first thing for advice. We try to sort things out with our partners and then find a way out. But then if you continually go there, ma'am, this and this, what should I do? Yeah, they are also happy. Yeah, they are happy to help, not in a bad sense. But it sometimes could bring problems in the marriages, because the sort of advice she might give you might not be the best, or it wouldn't work in your marriage. That's what worked in his, but might not work with yours. So try and sort things out with your spouses rather than running to your parents, and then there are some people too who want to start businesses, and the first person they go to is their parents. Meanwhile, you have a spouse there you can discuss that with. Yeah,
right. So the goal here is to be close, make things work, between you, and not allow the pressures, the external pressures that come from wherever, have an impact on your marriage, because that could put a lot of pressure on your marriage. For example, those pressures could force you to do things you would otherwise not do because you don't have the means, for example. So these are very important things we need to take note of. So we'll draw the curtains here for this episode, and in the next episode we'll still continue with pressures in marriage, and because we feel that it's very important for us to deal with them. So as usual, remember that no two relationships are the same. Don't be pressured to leave out someone else's relationship, and we'll catch you shortly. Cheers.